I'm Chris Yarbrough. I'm the owner of Kona's downtown on Main Street in Chico, California. The last year was a very challenging year. It was hard to work through. It was a lot of things that we weren't clear of when information was coming out. There was a lot of questions up in the air of should we be here, should we not be here, how do we manage this, what are other people doing? So, we just tried to adapt day to day. Ironically, this is something I haven't talked about. My family, we just sold our house and moved to Arizona. And I was here to tie up ends with the business and find a buyer, and then COVID hit. So I ended up staying here and sleeping on a recliner every day at my dad's house to get through the year and keep my crew staffed here. So there was a lot of sacrifices that everybody made here, but everybody stayed motivated. We adapted. We never closed. That was the biggest prideful thing. And the motivation for us was to keep everybody working active and try to remain as normal and healthy as possible through the process, making adjustments day to day. It was helpful with Butte County, getting information from them. I just didn't know what guidelines to follow day to day, so we would listen to the governor around noon every day. We rely a lot on the college students and high school students. I mean, it's a big traffic spot. When that was taken out, we realized how susceptible we were to things that we thought were automatic, things that would never change in the equation. So we didn't make any money. We didn't profit. We just basically brought in sales to keep paychecks going and pay expenses. We got behind on utilities. We were kind of reeling at that point. I'd worked stuff out with our landlord, had a little flexibility. They were fantastic through the whole process. But you just kind of felt the vice grip tightening up daily at that point. So when we got the call, I had put a video together, basically started outside. It wasn't scripted. I just turned my phone on, went out, showed all the businesses that were closed, because at that point, the only businesses that were open were Upper Crust and I, and everybody else was, there was nothing going on. So we started out there, walked in and showed the footage of our guys working in the back, and left it up there and just tried to be as real as possible with it. Some time had passed and it was just kind of out of mind. So when the phone call came, I couldn't believe what was going on, because the timing of it was just chaotic. It was chaotic and I wasn't ready. It wasn't even a thought in my head that would happen. And got the call, and they wanted to do a Zoom call, and me being myself, very behind the times with a tech, I didn't have Zoom on my phone. Everybody that saw it ended up hearing it but didn't actually see my expression, but I was in shock.
I'm going to tell you, Chris, if we could have gotten that up and going, you would see the most generous hearted face smiling back at you right now, because I've got Aaron Rodgers on the phone. So I'm going to take it away, Aaron. I know, Chris, I'm sorry.
Chris, man.
I was overwhelmed because the timing was just amazing. I mean, I was on the fence with so many huge decisions that I kept putting off because I didn't want to pull the trigger on them. They weren't the best, but they were turning out to be like the avenue of options. So when I started talking to them, it just completely changed the vibe of everything. I mean, the staff was just lit up with grins under our masks, and we had it was like a huge shot of adrenaline that never went away after that. And following it with the public's response to it, they got a lot of media, a lot of really good publicity. So it wasn't just help some businesses out through rough time. It made everybody feel better, and it was contagious in a good way. We would have people coming in, just sticking their head in the door, just, thumbs up and a big yell, and made my day, and that kind of stuff was just unbelievable. The money that he helped us out with, got us through. I mean, I can honestly say that we would not be here right now without the help from you guys and Aaron. It just was a life-changing thing, and the timing, we couldn't have been more on the ropes. I mean, we've physically and fiscally couldn't be on the ropes any more than we were at that point. So the timing was like it was scripted for, a complete savior to come in and just do something miraculous, and that's what happened. So I don't think we could ever express the gratitude that we have for that whole situation. We're extremely grateful for being able to get through and make it to this point where, we've adapted, we hired one more person, the business has picked up, so we're all doing it still as a result of the assistance from you guys and Aaron Rodgers. I can't put it into words how big of a thing it was for everybody. I mean, everybody not involved. Just seeing something positive as opposed to negative. It was just, I think, everybody was overwhelmed with a lot of fear and negativity for a good stretch here and there. And this one just kind of brought everybody together, whether you knew them or didn't. They heard about it, and then you get phone calls and people would be trying you out for the first time. You've been here since '93, and I don't know how I've never been here. And I said, welcome, what can we help you with? And so that kind of response was just, absolutely amazing. And how involved Aaron has become with the foundation is just unbelievable. I mean, I was aware of it, and when the fire happened, that was scary. That was just, nobody knew how to react, and to see him continue to come through, it just proves how much of a good person he is, with a lot of interest for bettering people's lives. To see somebody be kind of philanthropic like that is it's just so great.